Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sports Talk Network. I do hear my Raw review. Dang it! Now I also gotta tweet out. Yes, Jay Thomas, I'm on. Just look and go online. Hold on here. I gotta do this tweet. Come on, freaking type. No, these fucktards didn't even tweet about anything. Well, that was Monday Night Raw. The Raw after WrestleMania. Pretty good show. Things happening here, and I'm also trying to continue and finish what I started here with doing games. But like I said, with Raw, pretty good. And a lot of things that went down. I do have my Raw Insta poll up. People welcome to vote there. What you thought of the show, and also welcome to join in the chat here as well. Apologize for the camera being where it is, but I'm also trying to finish up my games because I'm starting with my games on my Kindle device. With actually specifically here, I'm doing the hold on a second. My criminal case games here. I don't know if anybody played those games, criminal case. I start like in the morning. I do the two. Like I have my own weird routine with my games online. I got to do the games in the morning, then I went in the afternoon. Those are my blocks to do the games to myself. In the end, it doesn't really matter. And I like to get them all done by the end of the day, meaning 11 Central, midnight Eastern, or maybe I allow it to be midnight Central, 1 a.m. Eastern. But right now, I actually was just finished up before I was going live. Then I got extra lives, getting to the next level of ranking on the criminal case game. So I'm continuing to do that while I'm doing this raw review. So bear with me. That's why I'm looking away and being honest about that. I did it with a different reason, but that's what I'm doing. Like I said, when I'm starting something specific like that, I'm going to do with my games. I have to finish it. Um, and I didn't want to also wait too much longer because, again, restarting with the live, so to speak, with how that goes. With that. But like I said, people debut, matches happen, Paige retires. Pretty much all I really need to say about Monday Night Raw, really. I mean, yeah, we could talk about specifics, but I'm kind of in the mood, especially with dealing with mic work this afternoon, this evening. Not really in the best of moods just in that regard. But hopefully, find what I'm looking for. Go. Almost done here with the game. I also kind of want to wait to let people come in, roll in, so I'll finish up my game here, and I'll be done with all the games I do. Um, and then we'll dive in, I guess, and talk about Raw as much as you guys want to, or whatever you specifically all want to talk about that has to deal with Raw. Plus, it's ironic when I send someone a message on uh, Facebook or Instagram or otherwise, they actually do reply a little bit later, but it's about something totally else. Even though I just sent them a message minutes ago about something other else more important. I don't know. Then again, people are busy, so I can't think that they're going to drop everything to reply. But sucks in that sense for me because I care. But I don't like being ignored. Stevie no happy when ignored. But anyways, like I said, I'm gonna wait a little bit here, then we're gonna continue talking Raw. So I have to finish this up with the games. I actually don't have to, but you know, when I'm starting something, I have to finish it. I'm kind of like a Sheldon Cooper in that way. I'm kind of anal about that sort of stuff. Situation. There we go. Got a couple more rounds here to go. This one being the last one, as it should be. Actually, while I'm doing that, I might as well just stay in the chat here, see who is here, and where the conversation wants to go. Like I said, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about first, as it pertains with Monday Night Raw. Those that are watching live, welcome to like the video. Subscribe from there. Yeah, I might have OCD. I might have a lot of things. I also am a nice, kind person, all that other stuff. But yeah, I might. I don't know about OCD full blown, but as it contains with my games, I have this weird thing of that it has to be done at a certain time. Now I won't go so crazy. Like if I miss a week or miss a day, and I realize like it's midnight already, or 11 p.m. I didn't play my games at all, then I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm tired anyways. Had a long day of doing stuff and working, or otherwise, if I had a day off. Here with my grandpa and my dog, I move on, go to sleep, and watch a couple episodes of Friends on Netflix. As I usually do. That's how I usually go to bed. I watch a couple of episodes of Friends on Netflix because I'm continuing going through the series. And then when I'm done, I'll just redo that and continue it. And then, I turn it off, log out, turn devices off, and then go to bed. But along with watching King of Queens on TV Land, when I actually go to bed, beyond talking with some people, and Jay Thomas hopefully included sometimes in the evening, talking either on the phone, Facebook messages, or otherwise with her, or sometimes Tyler, my best friend. Really the only two people I talk to in-depthly beyond family, so there's no other people. I try to act like I'm cool and I know other people, male or female, when really in the end it's two, Jay Thomas and Tyler. So anyways, like I said, finishing up here, and then I can shut up about the games and move on to what's important to most of y'all. Most y'all. Talking like I'm Southern, but I'm not. But, yeah. No, I know you don't mean that in a bad way. You were just being honest. And in the end, you might be right. I mean, you are beautiful and smart, Jay Thomas, so you're probably right. Probably. All right, we're done with the games. And since I'm talking about them, the games that I play on my Kindle, Fire HDX, are the Candy Crush and Farm Hero Saga. So those two from the Candy Crush and the Saga games, the King games, King Inc. or whatever it's called. I make those games. Those two are like my morning ones, or like I had to do tonight because I was busy in the morning. I had to do them all in the afternoon, evening time slot. Anyways, those are usually the mornings, which is when I get up and I'm having breakfast. Cheerios is what I usually have for breakfast. So you're learning a little bit about me here, if you care. So those two, Candy Crush and Farm Hero, and then in the evenings is Mystery Murders Thing, Save the World, and Criminal Case, all under the Criminal Case umbrella of games. So yeah, those are the games I play. Plus, I play the Mystery Manor game, but that one I actually play on Facebook on my laptop. It's easier and more interesting and dynamic for that one. But that one I can do randomly. I don't have a time to do it. So, all right, let's talk about Raw. For those that are watching live, thank you for still being here while I was talking about app games on the Kindle Fire. So you must be diehard fans or just like me that way, or that much. Not that way, but that much. So, excuse me. Dang it. That was unprofessional. But anyways, let's talk Monday Night Raw. The biggest thing that I found interesting, I know my title of my video will be changed. I just put the fun and craziness of Raw after WrestleMania, which was true, but I just put random titles until I have or until I see the show, then I have something big. So I'll probably talk about Paige. That'll probably have the title, Paige retires, is forced to retire, as I thought was going to happen. Though I thought it had to be announced months ago, as in weeks after said incident happened. But maybe Paige wanted to wait and see if there was a chance. And then WWE, after realizing there wasn't going to be a chance, she wouldn't be able to come back, truly, then they wanted to wait till the night after WrestleMania in the same arena, building, place, position on the earth that she was when she debuted 4 years ago on the Raw after that WrestleMania 30, off the heels of that WrestleMania there in New Orleans. So having it come full circle in that sense, not the way that I'm sure she would want to. I'm sure she would want to come full circle as winning a championship at WrestleMania 34, 4 years later, and that kind of full circle, but no, full circle in the other way where she has to retire in that same building. So that's unfortunate. Very good for your career, but I kind of thought that was going to be the writing on the wall. Will she stay with Absolution, or will she just be whispered in the wind and go on her merry way and do other things and enjoy retirement and be with her family and her new boyfriend and otherwise and having a good life, and especially with the craziness and stuff with the sex tape and leaked pictures and all of the craziness that was months ago, from years ago. So those pictures and videos were from years ago, but they came out months ago, if not a year ago. I don't know. I'm bad with that kind of timetable memory, but either way, came out, seemed like not too long ago. And that stuff, and moving on from that, I'm still working through an injury now. It's unfortunate, but it be what it be, and I wish her nothing but the best. I did tweet her that I wish her nothing but the best and hope everything is well. I know JT was saying here she hopes she comes back like Janet Bryan did. Yeah, it was a sad part of Raw, but it was the most real part of Raw, right? Everything else having to do with Raw being the show, storylines, kayfabe, and all the other stuff, but this real situation, which wasn't a work at all, and not everything's a work, but it was real. It was what she said came from the heart, and she had to retire. So I wish her nothing but the best, and kind of hope she does stay. Hopefully she does stay with Absolution and be their manager, because that would still be cool. Though then she wouldn't be coming down the ring with her wrestling attire like she still did, which I think, because like I said, I thought she was going to have to retire. But now since she's officially retired, I'm not saying she's coming down in a pantsuit, but, different attire. So, again, unfortunate, but it be what it be. I don't know where exactly we want to move on from here, but there was a lot of crazy things that happened. Debuts, Ember Moon or not debuts, but call-ups from NXT. Ember Moon being called up. Their Authors of Pain tag team being called up when Rhino and Heath Slater were calling out tag teams. So Authors of Pain are up on the main roster. Ember Moon's up on the main roster. Nia Jackson, a little celebration, for her winning her championship. Same with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and Jeff Hardy, with returning Jeff Hardy. Interesting to note that Jeff Hardy and Bray Wyatt are on the same roster for doing different things. I have a feeling that Jeff probably will be going to SmackDown Live, because next week has been announced. It'll be a 2-day event with the Superstar Shake-Up. Things will be shaking up and changing, and it's certainly going to be interesting to see what Superstar and where they go, and if tag teams or titles are exchanged, and this and that with Superstars is going to be muy interesante for sure, to see how everything goes down with the Superstar Shake-Up. I always enjoy drafts and shake-ups because I want things to shake up. I kind of actually hope and wish, like, one of these times they have a shake-up or draft, it actually is legitimate, like, real picks that are random out of a hat, not obviously kayfabe the storyline. Then again, you are still telling a story as a show, but with the company that is sports entertainment. But I don't know, just for me, for Fishing Eagles, would be interesting if that was the way it went down, like an actual draft, and having entry with the general managers being able to pick who they want to pick and this and that for real, and really truly shake things up. But even with that, I'm sure WWE would still give those kayfabe management people, Kurt Angle and Daniel Bryan, Well, Daniel Bryan himself is going to be a wrestler here soon, anyways. But the point is, I just thought that would be interesting to have something like that. So I do enjoy these superstar shakeups and drafts. So it's going to be interesting, and I'm sure I will, how the superstar shakeup will go next week. Yeah, Ember Moon AOP was expected, but not Lashley. For me, he was expected, Jay Thomas, because I saw the leak that the production member, I guess, the leaked and that info was on the internet. So I'm sure that person needs to be fired, whoever it was that leaked it, or maybe not fired, but at least severely reprimanded, verbally or otherwise. So there we go. Although he should have come out against Brock. I know some people wouldn't have wanted that. Some people would have. I am glad that he come out and returned during the Elias segment than with Brock Lesnar segment, because there's still things to be done with Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar re-sign, whether it's just a short re-sign or a long-term re-sign, we don't know, right? He could be losing the title at that Royal Rumble event, greatest Royal Rumble event in Saudi Arabia next week. That will be on during my lunchtime or during lunchtime in general, so I might actually do a live watch party during that. Maybe, depending on what I'm doing and if I'm working that day. But either way, we'll see. But that's when the championship match will be happening, a rematch from WrestleMania. So maybe Reigns will get the title. Brock will still leave for UFC. His re-sign went only for a short time. But even if that was the case, why would WWE have Brock win at WrestleMania? That to me still is very surprising. Brock Lesnar winning. And I know I'm going to talk about this in depth with my team members and hopefully some guests. They'll be joining me for the review. I know one of them will be Blue X Demon X, who was my guest last night for the review. So those that didn't see that, my initial review was, somewhere, or at least my review and my thoughts on WrestleMania was last night with him, and we both will then be talking about it again on Thursday night with my team members for them to give their thoughts and us talking and about it. So it's going to be awesome there, and we'll be talking about what happened here on Raw. We'll talk about SmackDown Live. We'll be talking about all the aftermath along with WrestleMania itself. So it's going to be a fun watch there for the review of WrestleMania. Thursday night, Steve's Wrestling Ramble. So we had Ember Moon, AOP, Authors of Pain, and Bobby Lashley debut. When I say it was Nia Jax as a new Raw Women's Champion, Seth Rollins' new Intercontinental Champion. We had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn show up in a segment with Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle dropping TNA reference on WWE television, not in a shoot interview on radio or television, but actual WWE television. That was surprising. Almost jaw dropping, like, did that actually happen moment there? Like, wow. Am I taking divisions full? But I hear that TNA is hiring. Wow, that was, you can even hear the fans, lightly just gas themselves, gas. Like, did he really just say that? Like, wow. I mean, obviously that had to be approved by Vince McMahon or one of them, McMahon, or by somebody for that to be in the script. But surprised. I mean, WWE just doesn't care anymore. They want to take TNA's library. Might as well just take TNA. Please don't do what you do with ECW and try to make it like a offshoot brand. But just take the library, because you have a lot of superstars that are from TNA originals, let alone TNA superstars. Like Kurt Angle was part of TNA for a long time. Actually, Kurt Angle's run in TNA was longer than his first run and main run in WWE by a year or two. So, and there was AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, Bobby Lashley, and the Tank South. If Del Rio ever comes back, Alberto Patron, or Del Rio, part of TNA, and many others are part of TNA that have been in WWE and are in WWE currently. I think WWE would like to have that library from TNA to show those matches and actually be talked about in promos and sit-down interviews and otherwise. Or WWE Network, Takeover 3 stuff, like, it can actually be discussed openly and honestly, as they would in a shoot interview from stuff, or shoot interviews, and radio appearances. That's what I mean. In that range. So that would actually be kind of cool, and I hope WWE is able to do so and get that. So, what do I think of Paige to ROH? No, I don't see her going to any company until she's truly 100% cleared and able to wrestle. The situation being different from Daniel Bryan, the situation also being highly different from Edge, as well. I would say it's kind of in the middle. You know, she does have the chance to be able to come back and just need to get those okays. And she even said about Daniel Bryan with, you know, him coming back years later gives her hope. Okay, we'll see how things go for Paige. If she's able to get the okay, and months later, years later, she's able to come back to the company. I mean, she's still young and fit, beautiful and talented. I think she still would be able to go. But for now, just can't do it. They're just not. WWE's, they even talked about with Daniel Bryan, you know, think about the person over the character, individual health over their agenda as people come up with WWE and storylines and otherwise. That would be awesome and make money. You know, you have to think of the person's health over business, and sometimes that's hard, but it's also reality, because that's just the compassionate side of a person, the real side of a person that you would hope most have as owners and managers of a company, especially a multi-million-dollar company like WWE. So, what do I think about Paige to ROH? Probably not, but never say never, even with that. Because if she ever does get cleared, but WWE doesn't want her back, then she's going to go where she can wrestle. So, it's unfortunate. Just retire. But we'll see how that goes moving forward. But anyways, Kurt Angle telling Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens that they do get one opportunity. You get to face each other. For a chance to work on Monday Night Raw. So that was one of the matches near the end of the night with those two involved. I'm actually trying to see here on Twitter who won that match, because my, not stream, but I was watching on television, it went out during that match, and none of the jabronis in our dang chat brought it up. Billy Kay here tweet about Paige. So, did someone win that match? I'm still surprised that none of the people that were part of our live chat brought it up by the time I was able to get back on the stream. I mean, not the stream, but the show on USA Network. And my internet's slow here, so I'm trying to scroll down here to the WWE Twitter handle. Since neither Sami Zayn nor Kevin Owens were able to get up after the 10 count, both superstars will not be joining the Raw roster. Oh, well, that's interesting. I guess it's the way to move the needle, move the storyline. So, Jamie was trying to tell me here in the chat. Sorry, I didn't see that, Jamie. But, all right. All right. Well, I guess that's just how it has to be. That how it has to be. Sorry, I had to be off camera for a second and gotta bring something from my grandpa. But beyond that, yeah, I guess to be redeemed. Hopefully, things happen to shake up. Maybe they try to get back on SmackDown, which I don't think will happen. They were fired there. But somehow they'll be back in the company. I mean, they're not for real fired. Storyline fired. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. Good night. Good night. All right, so moving along with Monday Night Raw. Like I said, a lot of greatness, a lot of debuts, a lot of things happening. Or not debuts, call-ups. That's what I meant to say. I guess the debut in Lashley's case, call-ups in the other people's case, but the biggest thing, the Paige retirement and the TNA reference by Kurt Angle, that was golden. That was golden. And really looking forward to seeing how things move on for Monday Night Raw as we go moving forward. Jay Thomas, whoever else is here. Is there anything else about Raw you want to be brought up or you want to share about that we haven't, or that I haven't shared about yet or brought up? I think I pretty much talked about everything, at least brought up in passing order at all. But if there is something else that you guys, gals, guys, people want to discuss that have to do with Raw, let me know. I'm surprised the Miz showed up. I'm not. He's a man. He's always going to be there for work. And he'll probably be taking time off to be with his wife and newborn daughter here shortly. But yeah. I don't think he's just going to be here for the short time. But excuse me, for his rematch. And then go home right after that. If not right away after that. But either way, it's certainly going to be interesting for sure. Like I said, for me, I don't really see anything that I really need to talk about. I know other people that do reviews are going to be on here for hours themselves, but for me, I'm short, sweet, to the point with these reviews. Plus, I have a podcast where I will have team members talking about this as well, and I'm sure we'll get more in depth or specific about things, or we'll go segment by segment. However, we'll do that one. Will certainly be there too. That's what I'm kind of considering, actually, to be quite honest. I'm kind of mulling over if I should stop doing Raw and SmackDown reviews. I want to let people in the chat or in the people that watch archived when it posts, let me know in the comment section below. Do you think I should stop doing Raw and SmackDown reviews and just wait till my Thursday episodes to talk about both shows? I mean, it makes sense to do it like for Raw after Manias and Raw after Manias, Raw after SummerSlams. Raw after the big shows. The main five now, the top 5 shows. And do Raw and SmackDown Live after those shows, and do Raw and SmackDown reviews along with your podcast, because there's so much to talk about, right? Because then when you get to your podcast, then you can have them talk about Raw and SmackDown because you already did on your own reviews. So I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm thinking about not doing the Raws and SmackDown reviews anymore after either next week or a couple weeks after WrestleMania. But I haven't decided yet, because sometimes it seems redundant because you're talking about it twice. But then now that my full team is actually going to be back with me every week, maybe that actually will behoove me to do that the other way. Because I used to do that. That's how I used to do things. I didn't have Raw and SmackDown Live reviews. It's only been going on for months, maybe even a full year doing Raw and SmackDown reviews. And you should just talk about everything on this podcast. But since people left and otherwise, then that's why I started doing it. But either way, we'll talk about. Oh yeah, Samoa Joe came back during the Roman Reigns promo. The challenge Roman Reigns to talk about Brock Lesnar. So Samoa Joe's back, getting a hat in the ring for the Universal title situation. Yeah, I almost forgot about talking about that, so thanks for bringing that up. Like I said, I might be forgetting many things. I mean, it's a 3-hour show, first off, and a lot of craziness happened, second off, for that. Yeah, well, that's the point. That's what I might be doing with Thursdays. Get my buddies to join or promote more. Yeah, that would be nice. They are busy though for runs of SmackDowns, especially in the evenings. That might not be until summer when school is over for Kyron and Mark, and Ron G has more time off. And that's the sort of job. And with Thursday episodes and everybody being there, I think it just might be better to do the podcast. And then everybody promotes that podcast show on Twitter, Facebook, and otherwise. And then we have the episodes. So we go from there. And we're not always going to have guests. It's just going to be our team most of the time. But have guests for the pay-per-view prediction episodes where we still talk Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, news of the day, of the week. And let people that are in the chat bring up questions or predict along with us. That's why I like to do live videos, interact with people. So, though again, I do enjoy it, and I'm used to happiness morning. So there you go. Yeah, I do. I have it on Thursday nights now. They're able to join. So that should be doing it. That should do it for SmackDown Live Talk, or Monday Night Raw Talk. Here for the Raw after WrestleMania. I have a new title for the Raw for this review. Okay, because I had to wait until the episode happens. But anyways, I'll get out of here. I have other things. Watch my my show here. I can get it back, King of Queens, and hopefully talk to Jay Thomas otherwise. But beyond that, I think like I said, should be it. I don't see anything else really to need to be discussed. I mean, Absolution we talked about, future with Paige being retired, and what Absolution's going to be doing. They still will say a tag team, or maybe not a tag team, but as a team. Authors of Pain are now on the main roster. We have Bobby Lashley return to WWE. We have Kurt Angle bringing up TNA on WWE television, so that was awesome. We had some Samoa Joe. They come back. Too bad we didn't get Dean Ambrose, my boy, my dude, Dean. Lunatic Fringe. Look forward to whenever he comes back. I know most are saying it won't be until the SummerSlam or after, but we'll see, I guess. But I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow night for the SmackDown Live review. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your Tuesday. Above all else, as always, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Always do that too. Ring the bell, meaning ring the bell when I do go live, be part of the notification squad. But above all that, and even more so, as always, take care.